Hello, happy Wednesday, I think today is. Hope you guys are having a great week. Your schoolwork is going well. I know I FaceTimed with some of you this week and gotten to either help you with your schoolwork or just talk. It's been great. Keep FaceTiming me, keep sending me videos. All right, let's go ahead and start off with our hellos. All right, hello Jordan, hello Colby, hello Declan, hello Emily, hello Saba, hello Isha, hello Jaden, hello Atharva. I think I got everyone on that page. Hello Savannah L, hello Brooklyn L, hello Luke, hello Sammy, hello Savannah N, hello Brooklyn C, hello Andres, hello Lily, hello L, hello Ovi, hello Irakli. Hello, anyone else that's watching. Hello, Gio. Hello, Mira. Hello, Amelia. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Akif. Hello to anyone that's in any of my classes, or maybe you go to Cogburn, or maybe you're just tuning in to hear a good story. Hello. Alrighty, let's do our morning song. I got Trolls World Tour pulled up from my last listenings. It's a good movie if y'all haven't seen it. Yeah, I'm gonna take my knowledge and the things I learn. I'm gonna do great things in this world. I'm gonna take my knowledge and the things I learn. I'm gonna do great things in this world. I got my teacher in my class. They all got my back. We gonna work together, make this year the very best. Name it any course, ha, we will rock them scores. We've been really caring, gotta take care of this family. Can't nobody tell us different. We gon' make a difference. Can't nobody tell us different. We gon' make a difference. Alrighty. Got some jokes from my Harry Potter joke book. Okay. This one is, what do you call a potions pot and what do a potions pot and Harry's best friend have in common? It would make it funnier if I could actually read the joke. A potions pot and Harry's best friend are both called Ron. Cauldron. Get it? All right, there's another one I thought was funny. Why did Neville never have a problem finding a place to sit? Because of his long bottom. Get it? His name is Neville Longbottom. Let's see. Haha, you guys are gonna like this one. Who's the most popular rapper in the wizarding world? Mandrake. Get it? Drake. Love it. Alrighty, what are we going to read today? We are going to read Explorers of the Wild. I have never read this book before, but I am excited to read it with you guys. Alright, here we go. Good shout. I love to explore. It's my favorite thing to do. Raise your hand if you like to explore. Me. There's so many neat things to see, like over there, and so many strange things to find, like under here. My parents tell me to be careful. They say you never know what you'll run into in the wild. What are some things you might have to be careful of? That's kind of scary. I'm thinking about like snakes. You never know what stinging creatures or bugs you might find. I say I'm an explorer, and explorers are prepared for anything. Looks like he's got his camera, a little notepad to write things down on. He's got some snacks. He's got a flashlight. He's got lots of things that could help him. And then Bear over here looks like got a vine. I don't really know. Some drawings here, some snacks, and then instead of flashlights, he's using little lightning bugs, little fireflies. So I climb over trees. I roll down hills. I run and run until one day I ran right into, Eek. I was scared at first. I mean, I was really scared. But then, what do you think's gonna happen? Says they're scared, but then, which lets me think they're no longer scared, I saw we were both explorers. I wonder if they're gonna be friends and explore together. Together, we found things to touch, things to see, things to hear, and even things to taste. Well, kind of. Please look at what he's trying to taste down here. A slug. Blech. Yuck. Which Harry Potter character has experience tasting slugs? If you think back to the Chamber of Secrets, Ron, remember his wand was broken, he was trying to cast it, eat slugs, fell on Draco, and then it backfired on him, and then he was barfing up some slugs and burping up some slugs for a while. No discovery was too small to share, and no mountain was too big to conquer. By the way, that connection between this book and then the slugs from Harry Potter, that's called a text-to-text connection. I'm connecting ideas or things that happen between two texts. This was our day. This was our adventure. They look like they're having so much fun. They're being helpful to one another. We were kings of the wild. I didn't want it to end, but I had to go home. So I took a picture to always remember the greatest explorer I ever met. The end. It says, dedicated to every explorer who runs through the wild with an open mind and an open heart. I like that one. Cute, cute, cute. Alrighty. Let's get down to business with some wonder. We're moving along in this book. Alright, so as you recall, Via is speaking. That's August's sister. She was just about to have a lovely Halloween day at home. Her mom let her skip school. They were going to watch a movie together. And then what happened? August got upset at school. The nurse called. Mom had to go pick August up, right? But Via doesn't know what happened at school yet. She is just kind of upset that August took away her mother-daughter day from her. All right, so this chapter, we're on page 111. It's called Trick or Treat. August said he wasn't feeling well enough to go trick-or-treating later on in the afternoon, which was sad for him because I know how much he loved to trick-or-treat, especially after it got dark outside. Even though I was well beyond the trick-or-treating stage myself, I usually threw on some mask or another to accompany him up and down the block, watching him knocking on people's doors, giddy with excitement. I knew it was the one night a year that he could truly be like every other kid. No one knew how he was different underneath the mask, and to August, it must have felt absolutely amazing. At 7 o'clock that night, I knocked on his door. "Hey," I said. "Hey," he said back. He wasn't playing his usual PlayStation or reading a comic book. He was just lying on his bed, looking at the ceiling. Daisy, as always, was sitting next to him on the bed. The Bleeding Scream costume was crumpled up on the floor next to the Boba Fett costume. "How's your stomach?" I said. "I'm still nauseous." So you're not up for the Halloween parade?" "Positive." This surprised me. Usually August was such a trooper about his medical issues, whether it was skateboarding a few days after a surgery or sipping food through a straw when his mouth was practically bolted shut. This was a kid who had gotten more shots, taken more medicines, put up with more procedures by the age of 10 than most people would in 10 lifetimes. And he was sidelined from a little nausea. "You want to tell me what's up?" I said, sounding a bit like Mom. "No." "Well, is it school?" "Yes." "Teachers? Schoolwork? Friends?" He didn't answer. "Did someone say something?" I asked. "People always say something," he said bitterly. I could tell that he was close to crying. "Tell me what happened," I said. And he told me what happened. How he had overheard some very mean things some boys were saying about him. He didn't care what the other boys had said. He was really hurt by the one boy, his friend, Jack Will. I remembered him mentioning Jack a couple times over the past few months, and I remembered Mom and Dad saying that he seemed like such a nice kid, saying that they were glad that Augie had already made a friend like that. "Sometimes kids are stupid," I said. I'm sure he really didn't mean it. Then why did he say it? He'd been pretending to be my friend all along. Tushpin probably bribed him with good grades or something. I bet you he was like, "Hey, Jack, if you make friends with the freak, you don't have to take any tests this year." You know that's not true, and don't call yourself a freak. Whatever. I wish I had never gone to school in the first place. But I thought you were liking it. I hate it. He was angry all of a sudden, punching his pillow. "I hate it, I hate it, I hate it." He was shrieking at the top of his lungs. I didn't say anything. I didn't know what to say. He was hurt and he was mad. I let him have a few more minutes of fury. Daisy started licking the tears off his face. "Come on, Augie," I said, patting his back. "Why don't you just go put on your Jango Fett costume and—" "It's a Boba Fett costume! Why does everyone keep mixing that up?" "Boba Fett costume," I said, trying to stay calm. I put my arm around his shoulders and said, "Let's just go to the parade, okay? If I go to the parade, Mom will think I'm feeling better and she'll make me go to school tomorrow." "Mom would never make you go to school," I answered. "Come on, Augie, let's just go. It'll be fun, I promise. And I'll let you have all of my candy." He didn't argue. He got out of bed and slowly started pulling on his Boba Fett costume. I helped him adjust the straps and tighten the belt, and by the time he put the helmet on, I could tell that he was feeling better. What a good sister to offer. She knew how upset he was, to offer her candy to him. That's so sweet. I hope all of you, if you have siblings, you would do that for your brother or sister. All right, so this next chapter is the last chapter in this little part of the book. So when we're done with this, we've got part 3, and Summer is talking, which, remember, is August's friend that he sits with at lunch every day. They kind of created the Summer name table. All right, so let's finish up Via, and then next time we'll hear from Summer. August played up the stomachache the next day so that he wouldn't have to go to school. I mean, I admit, I felt a little bad for Mom, who was so genuinely concerned that he really had a stomach bug. But I had promised August I wouldn't tell her about the incident that happened at school. By Sunday, he was still determined not to go back to school. "What are you planning on telling Mom and Dad?" I asked when he told me. "They said I could quit whenever I wanted to." "But you've never been the kind of kid who just quits things," I said. "That's not like you." "I'm quitting." "You're going to have to tell Mom and Dad why." I pointed pulling the comic book out of his hand so that he would have to look at me while we were talking. Then Mom will call the school and everyone will know about it. Will Jack get in trouble? I would think so. Well, good. I have to admit, August was surprising me more and more. He pulled another comic book off the shelf and started looking through it. Augie, are you really going to let a couple of stupid kids keep you from going back to school? I know you've been enjoying it. Don't give them that power over you. Don't give them that satisfaction. They have no idea that I even heard them, he explained. No, I know, but Via, it's okay. I know what I'm doing. I made up my mind. But this is crazy, Augie. You have to go back to school. Everyone hates school sometimes. I hate school sometimes. I hate my friends sometimes. It's just life, Augie. You want to be treated normally, right? Well, this is normal. We have to go to school sometimes, despite the fact that we have bad days, okay? Do people go out of their way to avoid touching you, Via? He said. Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. So don't compare your bad days at school to mine, okay? Okay, that's fair, I said. But it's not a contest about whose days suck the most, Augie. The point is that we all have to put up with the bad days. Now, unless you want to be treated like a baby the rest of your life, or like a kid with special needs, you just have to suck it up and go. He didn't say anything, but I think that last little bit was getting to him. You don't have to say a word to those kids. August, actually, it's so cool that you know what they said, but they don't know that you know? What the heck? You know what I mean. You don't have to talk to them or ever see them again if you don't want to. Where was I? Okay. And they'll never know why. See? Or you can pretend to be friends with them and deep down inside know that you're really not. Is that how you are with Miranda? He said. No. I've never faked my feelings with Miranda. So you're saying that I should? I'm not. I'm just saying you shouldn't let those little jerks get to you, that's all. Like Miranda got to you? Why do you keep bringing up Miranda? I yelled impatiently. I'm trying to talk to you about your friends. Please keep mine out of it. You're not even friends with her anymore. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? The way August was looking at me reminded me of a doll's face. He was just staring at me blankly with half-closed doll eyes. She called the other day, he said finally. What? I said, stunned. And you didn't tell me? She wasn't calling you. She was calling me just to say hi, to see how I was doing. She didn't even know that I go to a real school now. I can't believe you didn't even tell her. She said the two of you don't really hang out as much anymore, but she wanted me to know that she's always loved me like a big sister. Double stunned, stung, flabbergasted. No words formed in my mouth. Why didn't you tell me? I said finally. I don't know, he shrugged, opening up the first comic book again. Well, I'm telling Mom and Dad about Jack Will if you stop going to school. Tushman will probably call you into school and make Jack and all those other kids apologize to you in front of everyone. And everyone will treat you like a kid who should be going to a school for kids with special needs. Is that what you want? Because that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, just go back to school and act like nothing happened. Or, if you want to confront Jack about it, fine. Either way, if you... Fine, he interrupted. What? Fine, I'll go, he said. Just stop talking about it already. Can I please read my book now? Fine, I answered, turning to leave the room. Did Miranda say anything else about me? He looked up from the comic book and looked right into my eyes. She said to tell you that she misses you, quote, unquote. I nodded. Thanks, I said casually, too embarrassed to let him see how happy that made me feel. All right, now we're on part 3 where Summer's going to talk, and I'll start off with that next time. We're on page 119. Alrighty, my challenge to you today is to do some sort of science experiment, okay? There's lots of websites online where you can find science experiments that don't really require a lot of materials. You might have some of them at home already. You can make some sort of slime or putty. You can make rock candy. You can make any science experiment you want to. I just want to see either pictures of your science experiment or maybe a video if you make like a volcano and it does something cool. But yeah, I love science experiments. I always do it in the summertime with the family that I nanny for. We just we love science. We love how cool science can be. So yeah, any science experiment you can think of, maybe tell me what you're doing in the experiment and maybe what happened from the experiment, and then send me a picture or a video. I love you. Hug it out. I will see you guys tomorrow.